بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم لا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله العلي العظيم الحمد لله رب العالمين وصلى الله على سيدنا محمد وآله الطيبين الطاهرين اللهم أخرجني من ظلمات الوهم وأكرمني بنور الفهم اللهم افتح علينا أبواب رحمتك وانشر علينا خزائن علومك برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين. We continue our discussion about different types of ghurūr, especially those which relate to the people of knowledge, scholars, students. The part today is about volume 6, page 313. So it's a good number, yeah? If you look at second paragraph, so وَفِرْقَةٌ أُخْرَى عَلِمُوا. Everyone has got this? وَفِرْقَةٌ أُخْرَى عَلِمُوا هَذِهِ الْأَخْلَاقَ الْبَاطِنَةِ. In the earlier pages, we had people who do not learn, or they learn but they don't look after akhlaq. So these are the people that they have learned the hidden or inner traits of character. وَعَلِمُوا أَنَّهَا مَذْمُومَةٌ مِنْ جَهَةِ الشَّرْعِ. And they knew that these bad inner qualities are not liked in Islam. So they are very careful about bad qualities like ujb, like hasad, like bukhl, and this type of thing. But the problem is not in their knowledge. The problem is in the application of knowledge. They have learned it, but they don't apply it. Or if they apply it to other people. Oh, this person has hasad, this person has bukhl. What about me? I am okay. This is the problem. إِلَّا أَنَّهُمْ لِعُجْبِهِمْ بِأَنفُسِهِمْ. You know, in Arabic, إِعْجَابُ الْمَرْءِ بِنَفْسِهِ means you admire yourself. You are pleased with yourself. لِعُجْبِهِمْ بِأَنفُسِهِمْ. Because they admire themselves, they are very pleased with themselves. يَظُنُّونَ أَنَّهُمْ مُنْفَكُّونَ عَنْهَا. They think they are detached from these bad qualities. وَأَنَّهُمْ. No, this is very important. Maybe no one says this, and maybe no one even dares saying this. But unfortunately, it seems this is something that happens. They think أَنَّهُمْ أَرْفَعُ عِنْدَ اللَّهِ مِنْ أَنْ يَبْتَلِيَهُمْ بِذَلِكَ. They think that they have such high position with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that Allah would not put them into these problems. These are other people who have bukhl and hasad and these type of problems. I am a scholar, I am a alim, I am a speaker, I am an Imam al-Jama'ah. So they think they are too high with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. They have such high position that Allah would not test them with these problems. وَإِنَّمَا يُبْتَلَى بِهِ الْعَوَامِ دُونَ مَنْ بَلَغَ مَبْلَغَهُمْ فِي الْعِلْمِ. Only lay people can get into these problems. Not someone in their level of learning. Someone like me never would have these problems. فَأَمَّا هُوَ فَأَعْظَمُ عِنْدَ اللَّهِ مِنْ أَنْ يَبْتَلِيَهُ. He thinks that he is greater in the sight of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala than these problems. So he underestimates these problems. ثم, but things happen in life that become alarming, So sometimes you sense there are problems. If you are careful, you don't dismiss these problems quickly. Like sometimes you have a pain in your heart. You dismiss this pain. But maybe this pain is a symptom of a serious problem. So in Akhlaq, you should not dismiss things quickly. Yeah? So if you feel uneasiness, if you feel, some problems, for example, one day I went to a majlis, people, didn't show respect to me. Then that day I had very bad, for example, feeling all my day was damaged. Why? So you have to be careful. So these people, إذا ظهر عليهم مخائل الكبر والرئاسة وطلب العلو والشرف قال ما هذا كبر. If some of the thoughts and imaginations about arrogance and position and fame and power and leadership, this type of ideas and thoughts occur to their mind, he says, this is not kibr. If I want to become in this position, it's not because I am, after power or position. إنما هذا طلب عز الدين. I want Islam to be Aziz, and this is why I want to be Aziz, because I represent Islam. I want people to respect me, not because of me. I want people to respect me because this shows that people respect Islam, people respect Rasulullah, because I am alim. So you can, fail to understand that this is something selfish and personal, or it's really for the sake of Islam. إنما هذا طلب عز الدين وإظهار شرف العلم. I want the honor of knowledge to be exhibited, introduced to everyone. Nusratu deen Allah. I want religion of Allah to be helped. وإرغام أنف المخالفين من المبتدعين. I want people who are heretics and they bring heresies to religion, they disagree with ulama. I want them to be somehow silenced or to be defeated. So if I want me to be praised, it's because I want heretics to be rejected. Okay? Then for everything he finds a kind of rationalization. For example, why you spend too much on dress? Why your dress has to be like dress of kings and people who have worthy position? You are an alim, you should represent Rasulullah. فَإِنِّي لَوْ لَبِسْتُ الدُّونَ مِنَ الثِّيَابِ. If I put on dress which is not good, وَجَلَسْتُ فِي الدُّونَ مِنَ الْمَجَالِسِ. Why you always want to sit in the best place in majlis, in gatherings? Why you want to be in the best place? He says, if I have cheap dress, of course dress has to be reasonable, but doesn't need to be luxurious. He says, if I don't have luxurious dress, if I don't sit in the best place in the majlis, what happens? لَشَمَتَتْ بِي أَعْدَاءُ الدِّينِ. Enemies of Islam will be happy that I have no good dress. Why you have this house? Because if a Shia alim has this house, this is a victory of Islam. So لَشَمَتَتْ بِي أَعْدَاءُ الدِّينِ وَفَرَحُوا بِهِ. They would make mockery of me, they would be happy. وَكَانَ ذُلِّ ذُلًّا عَلَى الْإِسْلَامِ. My humility will humiliate Islam. وَنَسِيَ الْمَغْرُورِ. But this person who is deceived forgets أَنَّ عَدُوَّهُ الَّذِي حَذَّرَهُ مَوْلَاهُ مِنْهُ هُوَ الشَّيْطَانِ. But he forgets that his real enemy is Shaitan, and Shaitan actually would be happy that he does these things. It's not that his enemy becomes happy if he has simple dress or simple, I don't know, house, etc. وَأَنَّهُ يَفْرَحُ بِمَا يَفْعَلُهُ وَيَسْخَرُ بِهِ, and makes mockery of him. وَنَسِيَ أَنَّ النَّبِيَّ صَلَّى اللَّهُ عَلَيْهِ وَآلِهِ وَسَلَّمَ بِمَاذَا نَصَرَ الدِّينَ. How Rasulullah helped Islam. Did Rasulullah help Islam by spending too much money on his clothing and on his housing and family? بِمَاذَا نَصَرَ الدِّينَ وَبِمَاذَا أَرْغَمَ الْكَافِرِينَ. Did Rasulullah said, okay, I have to have a house that can be like the house of Iran's emperor or Roman emperor? Did Rasulullah think like this? So Islam has to be aziz, so I have to have a big house. It's not for me, it's for Islam. No, Rasulullah didn't have this mentality. وَنَسِيَ مَا رُفِيَ عَنِ السَّلَفِ. He has also forgotten what has been transmitted to us, narrated to us about previous ulama, previous generations, from about their humbleness, tawadhu, what tabazzul. They used, even if they had things, they used to give to others. وَالْغِنَاعَ بِالْفَقْرِ وَالْمَسْكَنَةِ. They used to give to others and to be content with poverty. حَتَّى أُوتِبَ بَعْضُهُمْ فِي بِضَاضَةِ زِيِّهِ. To the extent that some of them were blamed about the quality, low quality of their dress. فَقَالَ إِنَّا قَوْمٌ أَعَزَّنَا اللَّهُ بِالْإِسْلَامِ. They replied, those who criticized them, that we are people that Allah has honored us with Islam. فَلَا نَطْلُبُ الْعِزَّ فِي غَيْرِهِ. We don't want honor from anything other than Islam. We don't want honor to come from my dress. ثم هذا المغرور يطلب عز الدين بالثياب الرقيقة. But this person who is deceived, he wants honor of Islam by having very thin dress from like silk, very thin, very soft, very nice. Things which are even, forbidden for men, to have dress from silk. And then he wants to have the best of horse. At that time, they had horse and camel. Now can be best of the cars. وَيَزْعَمُ أَنَّهُ يَطْلُبُ بِهِ عِزَّ الدِّينِ وَشَرَفَ الْعِلْمِ. But he thinks that my interest is only in the dignity of Islam and ulama. I'm not interested in myself. And then وَكَذَلِكَ مَهْمَا أَطْلَقَ اللِّسَانِ بِحَسَدٍ فِي أَقْرَانِهِ أو في من رد عليه شيئا من كلامه لم يظن بنفسه أن ذلك حسد. Okay, one branch of problem is this problem. Another problem is, because we want to say how they are careless about their akhlaq. For example, they have hasad. This was about zuhd, not having zuhd. He talks about other scholars, other leaders in a bad way, out of jealousy. but he doesn't think that this is jealousy. He's not careful. Why I am talking about them in a negative way? So he talks about aqran, means the people who are his equals, no? Like his counterparts. Or, for example, if someone has said something against him, disagreed, they attack. And they don't think that this is hasad. They say to themselves and maybe to people, do you know why I am talking against them? إِنَّمَا هَذَا غَضَبٌ لِلْحَقِّ. I am now angry because of haq. Haq is being dismissed. But who is haq? Is himself. He says haq, but he means himself. وَرَدٌ عَلَى الْمُبْتِلِ. Someone who goes after falsehood, I want to reject him. وَلَمْ يَظُنَّ بِنَفْسِهِ أَنَّ ذَلِكَ مِنَ الْحَسَدِ. And he doesn't think that this is jealousy. حتى يعتقد أنه لو طعن في غيره من أهل العلم أو منع غيره من رئاسة بذوحم فيها هل كان غضبه وعداوته مثل غضبه الآن. And he doesn't think that, for example, if, this is also important, a good test. For example, someone has attacked me, I am very angry. If you are very angry because of injustice being committed, especially against a scholar, so do you get the same anger if another person was attacked? Or when other people are attacked unjustly, you don't worry, or you worry less. But if you are attacked, it's end of dunya for you. So this is a good test. Yeah. So if he gets angry for them, then this is for the sake of Allah. But if he doesn't get angry, if other ulama are attacked, then this is not. Another thing, showing off. So this is the third area. يُرَائِي بِأَعْمَالِهِ وَبِعُلُومِهِ. He shows off with his knowledge and actions. Okay? And when it comes to his mind, am I crossing the boundaries? You know, it's very difficult for ulama. And also in this regard, not only ulama, any person who does something about religion in public. You know, imagine you are a teacher, you are a reciter, you are a poet, you are an MC, you know, anyone who does about religions or spirituality or charity in public, this problem can happen. Because as long as you are doing things on your own without anyone noticing, the chance of riyā is less. Okay? Although riyā can come even to a person who lives on his own. You know, there is something that in some books mentioned, even maybe I think here mentions, that sometimes, for example, people, when they go to public, they have better feeling. Okay, so for example, I go to masjid and I want to say my prayer, you know, very beautifully. Okay, but when I am at home, no. So this is a problem. Why? In masjid, you know, my salat is more beautiful, my recitation. Then what happens? Then when they go home, also they try to be like what they do in public. Then ulama say this means that they are doing even riyā at home. You know, it's not that they do in public what they do in home. They do in home what they do in public, so that when in public they do this, they can have peace of mind. You see? So you are taking riyā to home as well. So you can be at home alone, but you are doing riyā. Yes.
No, but you know, if you look at it in a positive light, like you want to do good things when you're outside. You can be in a certain way at home without any guard. But when you're outside, you can have a sense of being more respectable and more dignity. Is it wrong?
So it's a very delicate issue. Why I want to be better outside? Okay? Is it because, for example, for the respect for other people, or I don't want to be misunderstood, misjudged, or you want to draw the attention of people to you and make people think you are better than what you are. So it's a very delicate issue. So, Riya is not only for ulama, for any person, even a person who comes to masjid for salat, Riya can happen. Yeah? One of the things that we find is, because for us religion is very important, then one bad side effect might be Riya. In societies in which religion is not important, even if they make, for example, mockery of religion, no one shows off by being religious. Actually, he puts himself into risk. But in religious societies, this can happen. This is not the sign of our societies being bad. It means that we have to be careful. Because anything valuable, you have to also have extra care to safeguard it and protect it. So, no one should decide to hide himself or herself in home and don't do anything in public. Just we have to be more cautious, more careful. So, يُرَائِي بِأَعْمَالِهِ وَبِعُلُومِهِ. He shows off with respect to his actions and knowledge. وَإِذَا خَطَرَ لَهُ خَاطِرُ الرِّيَاءِ. And if it occurs to him that maybe I am now crossing the boundaries, maybe I am doing riya, okay, it comes to his mind. قَالَ حَيْحَاتٍ. This is unlikely. إنما غرضي من إظهار العلم والعمل اقتداء الخلق بي. I just want to expose myself so that people can follow me, so that they can move towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Of course, this can be a good reason, but whether his reason is this or not, that's the issue. It's a good reason that if you are a good teacher, a good example, a good role model, people should know you. Yeah? I think once I told you that in the past, our ulama, most of the time, they tried to not introduce themselves. Yeah? Because they wanted to make sure that they have maximum purity of intention and sincerity. But at that time, there were not too many, distractions and too many other platforms for publicity. Now, if people don't know good ulama, sincere ulama, then they either don't follow any alim or they go for people that have no knowledge, no understanding, no sincerity. So today, whether we like it or not, we need to be known. We need publicity. But at the same time, we have to be very careful. Am I really trying to make myself known so that I can serve, or I am after fame? So you can test this. For example, are you also able to help other people to be known? Yeah, this is also important. If there is any good scholar, you introduce him as well, or you just introduce yourself. So, or something that also is very important. If your intention is to serve Islam and truth, and you really want publicity for the sake of truth, are you able and are you permitted to show better than what you are? For example, I have not got this qualification. I say I have this qualification. You know, for example, I am not a mujtahid. I tell people, call me Ayatollah. Or even if I don't tell them, if they call me, I'm happy. I am not doctor. I say, doctor. I have not, published this book. Then I say, I have many publications, for example. So this definitely is a problem. Because you cannot say, I want publicity for the sake of Islam with the things that you don't possess. So the maximum that we can accept is publicity with respect to the realities and facts. Even here we have to be careful. It's a very delicate issue. Because today you are okay, tomorrow shaitan comes. Tomorrow you are okay, the day after tomorrow. Shaitan can always come. Nafs Ammar can always come. Okay. So he says, إنما غرضي من إظهار العلم والعمل اقتداء الخلق بي. I only want people to follow me ليهتدوا إلى دين الله, so that they can find their path towards religion of God. I want people to be guided. وَيَتَخَلَّصُوا مِنْ عِقَابِ اللَّهِ. I want them to be saved from punishment. وَلَا يَتَأَمَّلُ الْمَغْرُورِ. But this person who is deceived does not think أَنَّهُ لَيْسَ يَفْرَحُ بِإِقْتِدَاءِ النَّاسِ بِغَيْرِهِ. Why he is not happy when other scholars are followed? If hundreds of people come to our masjid for salat, I am happy, okay. If you are really happy for the sake of Allah, you should be also happy when you hear hundreds of people go to another masjid. Yeah? Or even, for example, hundreds of people come to your masjid, or some come to your masjid, some go to another masjid, but all of them say Salatul Jama'ah. It shouldn't make difference. Why we want our masjid to be the busiest? Our majlis to be the busiest. Why? The main thing is that people should find a good salat, good lecture. It doesn't need to be ours. لَيْسَ يَفْرَحُ بِإِقْتِدَاءِ النَّاسِ بِغَيْرِهِ كَمَا يَفْرَحُ بِإِقْتِدَائِهِمْ بِهِ. He doesn't become as happy when people follow him compared to the time they follow other people. لو كان غرضه صلاح الخلق لفرح بصلاحهم على يد منك. If his real concern and motive was people should be improving and should be in good condition, it shouldn't make difference who is doing this. Yeah? كمن له عبيد مرضى. He says, let us give you an example. Imagine you have some slaves who are ill. Okay? يريد معالجتهم. He wants to treat them. لم يفرق بين أن يحصل شفاؤهم على يده أو على يد طبيب آخر. And you are a doctor. Doesn't make difference. You cure them or another doctor helps you. You want them to be cured. Doesn't actually, maybe you prefer someone else takes care of this. Then Shaitan brings here a kind of plot. Shaitan says, no, here there is a difference. The reason you are happier when people come to you because you want more reward. If they go to other people, then you lose the reward. I want my masjid to be busiest because I want more sawab. Okay? ربما يذكر هذا له فلا يخليه الشيطان أيضا بل يقول إنما ذاك لأنهم إذا اهتدوا بي كان الأجر والثواب لي. Shaitan brings this thought to his mind that if they follow me, reward would be for me. And the reason I am happier, إنما فرحي بثواب الله تعالى لا بقبول الخير. For me, it's not important people accept me or not. I want more reward. But he says, look at the answer he gives. He says, هذا ما يظنه بنفسه. This is what he thinks. But والله يطلع على ضميره. But Allah knows about his batin. And a test is this. For example, لو أخبره نبي. This is a good test. Imagine a prophet comes and tells you whether people come to your masjid or not, or even if you are at home, you will be given the same sawab. What would be his feeling? Still he wants to come to public and see people behind him or not? Imagine someone guarantees reward. He says, people who are deceived and they really have that love for fame, even if they are guaranteed reward, they still want to come out and want to be followed by people. لو أخبره نبي بأن ثوابه في الخمول وإخفاء العلم أكثر من ثوابه في الإظهار. If a prophet says that we have a special deal for you or a special situation for you, that if you are unknown, not active, and you hide your knowledge, you would have thawab more than expressing. وَحُبِسَ مَعَ ذَلِكَ فِي السَّجْنِ. And also they put him in prison. And they put chains on him. Okay? You would see still he wants to come out and appear in the public. Because he wants, because for him, masjid and member and class is the place of publicity and fame. Another problem. يدخل على السلطان ويتودد إليه. He visits kings. For an alim to get closer to the people who have power can sometimes be good, if they want to have good influence on them. But sometimes they deceive themselves. They think they are doing this for the sake of having good influence, but indeed they want to get closer to power. So he says, يَدْخُلُ عَلَى السُّلْطَانِ وَيَتَوَدَّدُ إِلَيْهِ. Yatawaddadu means tries to be loved by the king. Tawaddud. We have very beautiful hadith. Please remember this hadith. حُسْنُ التَّوَدُّد نصف العقل. نصف العقل. Half of intellect is to be able to make people love you, to establish friendship with people, to be lovable. This is half of aql. So it's good. A mu'min should make good connection, good rapport with people. Nisf al-aql is this. Okay? But sometimes we have bad intention. I want to get close to the heart of people who are unjust, illegitimate. If there is a legitimate, is a just ruler, it's okay. If you have a ruler like Amirul Mu'minin alayhi salam and you get close to him, it's good. But if there is someone which is unjust and you get close to him and then you say, my intention is to have good influence or use from my connection for people, then you have to be careful. So, يَدْخُلُ عَلَى السُّلْطَانِ وَيَتَوَدَّدُ إِلَيْهِ. He tries to make friendship, to be loved by, have a kind of friendship with king. وَيُثْنِي عَلَيْهِ, praises him. وَيَتَوَاضَعُ لَهُ, and shows humbleness before sultan. And when it comes to his mind, because initially these thoughts come. If you keep ignoring these thoughts, they may not come, but at least these worries come that أن التواضع للسلاطين الظلمة حرام. This comes in mind that humbleness before unjust rulers is not permitted. قال له الشيطان. Then shaitan comes to him and says, هيهات إنما ذلك عند الطمع في مالهم. This is for people who have expectation to receive from the money of sultan. إنما أنت فغرضك أن تتشفع للمسلمين. No, you go close to king because you want to do shafa'a for people. You want to protect them from the harm of sultan. Or you have enemies who are working against you and you want to protect yourself against enemies by getting close to sultan. But it doesn't occur to him that, for example, if another person can have this position and do this for you, do you still be happy? Are you still happy? Or you want you to have that position? Imagine there's another person who has this position and he can do all these things. He can do shafa'ah for people. He can protect you against your enemies. Why you want to have this? And then he talks about, getting money from sultan, and I think I stop here and make a little reflection. Inshallah, if you want, you have the paper. But basically, this type of ghurūr is all based on this. So, what should we do? This is one of the most difficult areas. We are not able to separate between our religiosity, our taqwa, and what we do. For example, if you are a farmer, okay, you can do your farming and you have also your relation with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and you can separate them. If you are working in an office, you can separate from them, each other. But our life as alim, as religious, activist or teacher, whatever, is a type of life in which your religiosity and your public life are mixed. Yeah. You are not able to separate them. Actually, this can be a beauty of it. It's not bad, but it makes it very difficult. Because when I come to the public, okay, my work starts. As soon as I come out of home with Abba and Amama, actually, is my public life started. And my relation with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala depends on every moment of all these public appearances and what I do. It's very, very difficult to isolate part of your life and say, this is only for me and this is, for example, for... Of course, you can have your, at home, for example, you can have your private time with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you can have your... privacy at home. But when it comes to public, it's all mixed. So, for example, I am to give lectures. I have to, for example, give mu'izah. Okay? Here, I want to be performing very well. Like an engineer who wants to perform very well. But for engineer, riyah may not come. For me, riyah comes. Okay, I want to say my salat in jama'ah, properly, but I have to be careful because it's not like, a person who is giving, driving instructions. So for us, it's very, very delicate issue. And this needs few things. One thing is when we are still not assuming public role, we have to work hard. Those early years of studies, those early years of Hose are very, very important. And almost, I can say, till end of your life, you would use those early years. If in those early years you have managed to get sincerity, all your life you can use that and cash that. Otherwise, it would be very difficult. Imagine someone who is not sincere, and then when he comes to public, then he tries to become sincere. It's very, very difficult. So, when you are still not very well known, not very famous, not people come to you with expectations, that's the best time for you to build yourself and establish sincerity in yourself. Of course, you should never, establish, but don't lose those beautiful years of being unknown. Okay? Those are very important. The second thing is, never dismiss any traces of love for dunya or fame. If something comes to your mind, don't say, inshallah, it's okay. Here, we don't have inshallah, it is okay. Here, we don't have bara'ah. Asalatul bara'ah doesn't come here. In Akhlaq, you have to do ihtiyat. Asalatul bara'ah is for fiqh and for tahara, najasa. Here, actually, is asalatu adam al-bara'ah. If you are not sure about sincerity of your intention, asl is that it's not sincere, unless proved otherwise. And it's very much difficult to prove that you are sincere, because unfortunately, we love ourselves so much that we hide our problems. Of course, you shouldn't become waswasi so that you don't do anything. And because this is also right, I remember in early years of talabah with some of friends and other talabah, we had this discussion. Some people said, we don't want to go to tabligh because we are not sure about our intention. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, كَبُرَ مَقْتًا عِنْدَ اللَّهِ أَن تَقُولُوا مَا لَا تَفْعَلُونَ. It's not good to say what you don't do. So they said we don't go to tabligh till we become sure about our intention. And I used to say this is wrong, in my humble understanding. The idea of Quran is not stop saying good things because you don't do them. You have to say good things and do them. Not that we don't say good things because we are worried. We don't do tabligh, we don't teach people because I'm worried. No. Do them and be careful. Okay? Because for us, these are opportunities to bring Allah's love to ourselves by serving people. Okay? But don't dismiss worries and doubts. At the same time, don't become very much worried so that you don't do anything. You are always worried. You are always, doubtful, because this is also wrong. So, do good things, but at the same time, always check yourself. Always check yourself. Another area which is very, very difficult, and I myself have this challenge, is public appearance. For sure, as a Muslim, especially if you are representing community or you are famous, we should have good appearance. Yeah? But how much? Especially some people, unfortunately, maybe many people have this mindset that if, for example, you go to all places alone, they don't respect you that much. If you take always 10 people with you, they respect you a lot. If I take a van with me and going around, they may respect me more. Okay, I don't want respect for myself, but sometimes you really think that it seems that you cannot have that big influence unless people take you seriously. So it's a challenge. But on the other hand, you don't want to get into these things, because if you get into these things, then you are worried about your sincerity. So it's a big concern. Therefore, I never blame people who don't do those things. If someone goes with, many companions, if they, spend money on publicity, I don't blame them. It's not good to blame them. But I try to do things that I am sure is okay for me. So if you have a simple car or, for example, simple house, don't blame people who have good car or good house or, spend money on publicity or, have good dress. Don't blame them. Just focus on yourself, because they may have also excuses. They may have come to that conclusion, and really society shows that sometimes that's the way that it works. So don't blame anyone. Don't say they are misusing money or this or that. Just between you and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, try to find out what's the best model for you. We will never, be asked about other people. We will be asked about ourselves. Sometimes people who are zahid or have simple life, shaitan deceives them by making them criticize other people. This is also bad. Why you criticize other people? Focus on yourself. We don't need to criticize other people. If you see people are acting differently, maybe they have good reason for that. You focus on yourself. Okay, these are a few things, and inshallah, I hope Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala help all of us in our struggle, in our real, journey towards perfection. This is a journey which is very, very beautiful. It's the most beautiful journey, but with lots of challenges. But all these challenges are also beautiful, because these challenges are opportunity for learning and improving if we keep trying and we ask Allah for help. And inshallah, we help each other with dua, with good advice, with sincere advice. Inshallah, we all can go together, inshallah, to the end of this journey. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to bless us in this month of Rajab by first, inshallah, forgiving us. As you know, this is the month of istighfar, so we ask Allah to forgive all our sins and mistakes and shortcomings. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make our intention the sincerest intention, and make, inshallah, our decisions the wisest of decisions, and make our orientation in life, inshallah, enlightened by His love, by His light, by His guidance, by His wisdom. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to include us among the people that Imam Mahdi prays for them and intercedes for them and counts on them as his followers and supporters, inshallah. May Allah give shifa to all people who are ill, especially people that you have in mind. May Allah forgive all marhumin, especially those who have passed away recently. And may Allah, inshallah, make them be with Muhammad and Al Muhammad, inshallah. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make, inshallah, the last moment of our life, inshallah, the best moment of our life. Alhamdulillah, Rabbil Alameen. Yes.
As he said that we must focus on ourselves.
Yes.
At the same